Hey guys, you're getting two of me tonight. I wanted to pop in because I did a live on the women's group about gratification over true happiness. And, I think I've been having some interesting conversations with my clients recently about gratification versus true happiness. And what does that mean? Because when you think of gratification, you think of good stuff. You think of instantaneous rewards. And in a sense, that can be true. Gratification, though, and how I'm looking at it is it's not facing things that may be the hard stuff. It can be gratification, can be not facing the pain, not facing the uncomfortable stuff that you need to. Versus true happiness means investing the time, the energy into really doing what it is that you want. So I was talking with a client last week, and what I love about the gratification over the true happiness was how he had struggled in a toxic relationship for years. And he knew that this was a really difficult relationship. And it was when he made the conscious decision to stop the gratification of checking social media and checking his phone and checking her texts and all that stuff. It was when he finally consciously surrendered to that and saying, I truly want to be happy, but in order to truly be happy, I have to stop this behavior, which is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to become happy. It's uncomfortable to face the pain. It's uncomfortable to stop the habit and to stop this addiction that he had to her. And I see this so much with people who are in, say they're in jobs that they hate. They don't want to do the work to be truly happy, because the gratification of getting a regular paycheck day in, day out is easier, right? It's gratifying, it's easier, but it doesn't make you happy. So you stay in a shitty job, you stay there with toxic people. So instead of doing the work or I call it, facing the fear and jumping off that cliff and really finding your true happiness. On the other side of fear is freedom. I say that a lot. On the other side of fear is freedom. Oftentimes we're in toxic relationships and we don't want to do the work to get out of that. And I have a client, and I was talking with her about, she came to me, she's an amazing client because she comes to me every week with a purpose, and like she knows, like this is what I want to get out of our session. And 9 times out of 10 it's like, wow, I really, and I said to her, I so admire and appreciate how you are willing to do the work and face the pain. She, last week it was like doing the work of leaving a man who is demeaning and really nasty to her. And she said, but it wasn't about him. It was like, I want to understand why I'm triggered when he calls me ugly. I want to understand that. And it's like, wow, that takes a lot of guts. That takes a lot to say, I want to face this pain. Because oftentimes people want that gratification of denying the pain or blaming the other person. It's his fault, or their fault or whatever. Or you want to stay in a toxic relationship where it's easier just to stay in an unfulfilling, unhappy, miserable relationship than it is to do the work of getting the divorce, of separating your items, going through it. It is a lot of work to do that. But on the other side of that is freedom. On the other side of that is true happiness. The amazing thing is, with the work that she's doing, on the other side of that, of her facing the pain and her facing this ugly stuff, her demons, right, that have haunted her for years and years and years, is going to be freedom from future toxic relationships. She knows that she's doing the work now, putting in the groundwork now, so that she's not going to be finding another relationship where she's demeaned or put down, because she'll have understood why she put up with that so much. And the same thing with my other client last week about him facing his demons and recognizing like he's the one doing this to himself. It's much more gratifying to go on social media and say, look at her, yeah, she's doing horribly, you know, yada yada yada. It's much more gratifying to do that than to work on yourself and to look at yourself and say, what is it that I really need to be truly happy? What are the demons that I need to face? And you know, we talk about that, about leaning into the pain, leaning into the loneliness, leaning into the shame and the guilt and the regret, so you can overcome it. Because only going through it, consciously surrendering to it, accepting it, learning from it, is an opportunity for growth. So, you know, again, I just popped in here today because those were two conversations that I had with my clients over the last couple of weeks where we talked about gratification over true happiness. And I just really appreciate that these clients are looking at stopping the gratification and looking at how to be truly happy, because it's not easy. It's way easier to stay in those toxic relationships. It's way easy to continue our toxic patterns. Way easier to stay in a toxic job than it is to quit and find your purpose, your meaning, what fulfills you, right? So much easier. But I'm telling you, on the other side of fear is freedom. On the other side of pain is peace of mind. So if you put in the work, if you're willing to look within, man, it's life-changing, it's transformative. So you guys got two of me today. Happy Independence Day this weekend. But I hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing our workshop, 3 keys for finding the right woman and stop attracting those crazies, right? I want you to come and join me, because I'm going to give you some more tips. I'm going to give you some more keys so that you're not gratifying. It's so much more gratifying to date those crazies or to have those women, right? I was there, you know. It was much more gratifying when I was going through my divorce. I really wanted to not face my loneliness. I really was like, oh, if I can just get attention from men, I don't have to face this loneliness. But I'm telling you, in consciously surrendering to that loneliness, that's where the transformation occurred for me. So join me tomorrow, because I'm going to give you some more tips. I'm going to give you some more help, how to get the woman of your dreams that's going to bring you a healthy, happy, fulfilling relationship forever. All right, guys. All right, I will talk to you tomorrow. See you tomorrow at our workshop. Bye-bye.